What's going on, guys? So in this video I'm going to be building an iPhone with the world's largest iPhone battery. I'm sure other people have like strapped USB chargers and stuff to iPhones before and be like, yeah, just biggest battery in the world, but no. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be strapping 40 amp hours worth of capacity to this itty bitty little iPhone 4S. And the reason I'm doing this with 4S is because it's just a bit easier and I've got this old one laying around. So all the batteries are going to stack onto the back here, go into this connector, and it hopefully shouldn't catch on fire, I think. But this is, I've gone ahead and calculated all the capacity of all these batteries, and it comes to a total of 40,174 milliamp hours. So with losses and stuff, you're probably looking at about 40 amp hours. The original iPhone 4S battery has 5.3 watt hours, which is, let's pop it out here, 1430 milliamp hours. So it's a pretty big boost, plus adding in this battery as well. So hopefully we should end up with something that's fun. All right, let's get to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and strap all these batteries together, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here's the finished battery pack. And yes, I'm using painter's tape. It's probably not very safe. This will probably burn down your house, so don't do it. All right, so what I've done is they're all going to be wired in parallel, and I've still got to work out a way to do that. I'm going to keep the original protection circuits on each of the batteries, just so it's a little bit safer. I could probably just use the same protection circuit, on this guy, but I don't think that's going to actually work. So basically the way this is going to be wired up is all these are going to be wired in parallel, and then wired to this battery. They're going to be wired in parallel with this battery, I hope, and then they're going to go onto the back side of this PCB for the battery, and then that way this gas gauge can calculate the actual total capacity of the entire pack, and hopefully not catch on fire. I'll probably replace the polyfuse in this with probably a 2 amp or 3 amp polyfuse, just bridge across the top. I've got some of those. And yeah, hopefully this will work. So I'm running these behind this battery. I might even just remove this battery entirely and don't even bother with cell at all, because they are the same voltage. They're 3.7 to 4.2. These are all 3.8. So I'm gonna have to remove this actual cell and just use the board off another one. I've got another iPhone 4 battery here I can just pinch one out of. Save my original one. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna wire all these in parallel with some nice beefy wire, and yeah, be back in a little bit. Okay, so the battery pack is all done. As you can see, I just ran 2 bus bars. I'm gonna probably tap off on this end, and then run it to one of these iPhone 4 or 4S little battery PCBs. I did burn myself pretty good before. I accidentally shorted across the positive bus bar to the negative, which isn't the best thing to do, but it cleared one of the cells was dead, so that seemed to fix it. Also with this little board here, the activation button, I just buzzed it out. It just shorts the positive pin of the battery to the pin for the gas gauge, and that seems to reactivate the batteries or something. It must bypass the internal protection in the battery to let you charge it up to a point where it'll boot up normally. I'm gonna go grab a iPhone 4 battery and strip it down. Okay, so here is the battery that I'm gonna steal the board out of. Pretty sure this is an original PCB. I should probably check that actually. One moment please. Testy. Cool, original. 120 cycles. Oops, what's going on here? Board busted? No. 120 cycles. Just rewrite that. Why does that keep on disappearing? Low voltage, that's why. Here's the battery. So the left terminal is negative, the right is positive. I'm gonna put a 2 or 3 amp fast blow fuse on this. One of those, what are they called? They have a funny name. They're green anyway. I'm gonna pop them here. Now, which way up should I put the battery? I was thinking this way, so the phone, and I'm probably just going to replace this cell in the board on the phone. What I'll probably do is I'll put it this way, like sort of like this, and then put the board here somewhere with a fuse here. I'm going to heat shrink the fuse in case it explodes, and yeah, they're like that much too long to fit in here. I could have used iPhone 4 batteries. It would have been about the same capacity, but use these. Got them anyway. Alrighty, that is somewhere safe where it will not short out, because that makes a very loud bang every time it does. Okay, so as for this battery, these tabs are actually just soldered on, so the away side is positive. So I'm going to put some solder on these. Let me just triple check that, just to be sure. I don't want to wire this thing up backwards. Make sure my leads are in the right way. Yep. So positive, positive, negative. Positive, negative. Alright, cool. I could just cut these tabs off, but there you go. One side off. And the other side, a bit more shorter. I'm going to leave the original fuse in this battery on, and there's going to be a fuse between the actual pack and this board, so they've got two fuses. Probably not a good idea, but yeah, I guess. See how that goes. Alright, what did I say that was? Shit, now I forgot. Negative is the side that the connector's on. Negative. Cool. Alrighty. Now, to wire up the battery, I'm probably going to pause and then be back in a minute. It might take a while. It's all wired up now. As you can see, I got the 3 amp quick fast blow fuse, and it's all wired up correctly. I'm just going to go now and seal this all up with some like hot glue or something, and then yeah, try it out. I might have to I may have to reset. Oh no, they should be fine. They should be fine. So yeah, I was going to say I might have to reset some of the batteries, but I think I don't need to do that. Everything except for one cell is connected because the flex was damaged. I didn't want to try and solder too close to where it was, had a bit of a scratch in it and potentially short out the entire pack. So I just left that one, and chances are I think that one in there is only like 400 milliamp hours anyway. None of these are balanced or anything. They're not going to be balanced. This is just a bit of fun. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cover this in some glue. Okay, so here's the finished pack. I've sealed up the bus bars nicely. Just tack that down. Also tack down the actual flex so it doesn't move too much and crack. Good thing about having it all external like this is if this flex does fail, then I can just replace it with another one. Alrighty, so let's put it into the phone down there. And all these batteries are recycled anyway. They were going to the recycling place, so no losses here. Okay. I'm not too sure how I'm going to attach this to the phone. My hot glue gun back in. to glue it, I might just, what I'll do is I'll cut this cell up and use it just as a spacer. So yeah, give me a sec. Alrighty, there's the little dummy cell, spacer, whatever you want to call it. This is actually charged. Probably not a good idea to use it as an actual, you know, spacer or something. Should use a piece of wood or something. Oh well. I'll remove the old battery. Insert the new one. Make sure it's nice and snug. And then, just for good measure, a little dollop of glue there. Smear that across. And a little dollop in there. Like so. Just to ensure the battery is going to stay nice and snug. Oh, the flex still reach. Yes, the flex will still reach. Okay, so, and then to attach it, just for now, some lines of hot glue. But let's see if the phone turns on. Battery's secure. Okay. Ooh, let me set that there. Okay. So battery is plugged in, and it's the big one. Let's see if it turns on. Ah, the battery is flat. I need to charge it. Oh, this will be exciting. How am I going to charge this battery? Tricky. Okay, so for comedic value, I've got it plugged into this 10 amp battery bank. Oops, just mixed all my screws up. And I've also just glued it back down again with some more glue. And the screen's not very bright because it's so bright in here. You can probably see that. Very dark, but it is charging, or trying to at least. So I'm going to leave this for a while and see what happens. Alrighty then, so the phone has booted up and is working quite nicely. I have to put it through a full charge cycle before it'll actually read the battery capacity correctly. At the moment it's still got the old capacity in the chip and it says 1375 milliamp hours, which is not right because this has been on like 7% for quite a long time. So what I'll do is I'll fully charge this and let it discharge again. This can take ages, and hopefully we should get a good result, hopefully. Anyway, until next time, see ya.